I just love a good kitchen hack, especially if it means adding an extra kick to your recipe in a really, really easy way. And today we're at the wonderful Moon and Mary here in Fremantle, and I'm going to show you just how wonderful it is to use something as easy as a store-bought laksa paste in a different way that you've probably never used before. And I'll show you how to make my crispy panko fish bites with a delicious Laksa Mayo dipping sauce. First things first, our fish. And today we're using a fresh snapper, skin removed. And it's really important that you do choose something that's fresh and of white flesh, and also something that's quite strong and will hold its form. We're gonna get started by cutting this into bite-sized chunks, approximately 3 centimeters in cube size. That way it should hold its form quite nicely when we fry it up. So we've finished with our fish and we're gonna move on to the next step, which is our crumbing station. And I'm setting up 3 bowls here. One with just your regular all-purpose flour, one for our eggs, the other for our panko breadcrumbs. We're gonna start by cracking some eggs. Now I've got 3 here, 3 larger eggs actually, and we're going to just crack them whole into the bowl. Little stir with a fork. So we've just beaten our eggs, and now this is the fun part. We're gonna start crumbing our fish, and it all starts with our flour. I've seasoned this lightly. We'll go in with our fish chunks and just lightly toss them through before dunking them in some egg. And then into the panko crumb, where we're gonna press it quite firmly just to make sure those crumbs really stick. And a little trick is to get your fingers and cover that before flipping it, and then onto the plate before we fry. We're just gonna repeat that process over again until we've finished with all of our fish. Now it's onto the delicious Laksa Mayo, and today we are using my very favourite Miss Chow's Laksa paste. It's super authentic, very, very spicy, and super, super tasty too. So we're going in with 2 tablespoons here, 2 big tablespoons. Squeezing in some good quality mayonnaise, and you've got to use the whole egg kind, not the sweetened stuff. We've got about 3 tablespoons here. Give that a good mix. And then we'll go in and hit it with some fresh lime juice. And a little pinch of sugar, just to add a bit of sweetness. And a pinch of salt too. We're gonna make sure we combine that really, really nicely. Make sure all those flavors are in there and married really well. But look at that color. It is gorgeous, it's bright, it's bold, and it's super, super tasty. All right, now it's time to fry, and I've got a pan here. It's on medium-high heat, and we're just gonna go in with a glug of neutral oil, just enough to sort of coat the base of that. We're gonna shallow fry this fish. So in with the fish now, and we've got to be careful not to overcrowd the pan. And we're just gonna let that sizzle until the bottom of that fish goes nice and brown, and then we will turn it over and repeat. The fish is all done, and now we're gonna plate. So we'll start by popping the fish on the plate. Nice big mound. And we'll go in with our delicious Laksa Mayo. She's so vibrant. To add a bit more zing and a bit more spice, we're going to go in with some chopped chili, some nice fresh lime, and my all-time favourite, some coriander, just to really brighten up that plate. A little more salt, some extra seasoning, and she's good to go. So this is my crispy fish panko bites with a delicious Laksa Mayo. Divine.